Welcome back, everybody. It's TAE Media here again for the first time in over a week. I've been trying to do stuff. Obviously I got to deal with life. YouTube isn't even close to a full-time thing for me. I've been working on the Vampire Diaries review series retrospective guide thing that I want to start. So more details on that coming soon. Besides that, today, the Riverdale Season 3 trailer, 41-second promo kind of dropped from all kinds of various sources and websites. And we are going to talk about that real quick because, it looks so good. So good, so good, so good. Okay, so to talk about it real quick, the start of it is Archie and what his handcuffs, in the prison transport or prison transit, whatever you want to call it. He's, like I said before, he's already going to jail. We all knew this. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen this trailer, he's in jail at some point. But you also get other good stuff like Jughead and Betty looking like detectives again, which is much better than them being the king and queen of a gang to me. I don't have nothing against gangs in television shows or nothing, but when you have, Jughead there's a difference between the outcast and the badass, and Jughead is the outcast. He uses his mind over matter, right? And he's much more suited for the detective role, much more interesting in the detective role than in the gangster role that he was in last season. And I think it works a lot better, I think that's why I like it so much when Archie and Jughead are teamed up, because Archie's not trying to think too much, and Jughead's not trying to fight too much, and but together, when they both do their own thing, it works a lot. It works a lot, and it helps. But yeah, to move on from that. Oh, and obviously the real big thing is you see Allison FP in bed, and you see her serpent tattoos, on the side of her thigh. Which, damn. But so yeah, Phallus is finally together, and it looks real steamy, to be honest. Jesus. So that's a development we all seen coming. I don't know if I don't know how the cult thing, because the cult thing is obviously happening this season. I don't know how much of the cult thing is happening with Alice. How much influence they already have on her, or they're gonna have on her. Remember, we're in a time jump, so 3 months have passed since Alice agreed to go see the what is probably the cult leader from Polly. We don't know if she's in the full thing or with this stuff, but more on that in a minute. Oh, Cheryl's in here. Obviously with Cheryl's. Imagine she's sitting across from like Tony or something, and then you get Archie and Jughead, flipping into the little creek they're swimming in, or whatever this is. Waterhole, quarry, whatever you want to call it. Veronica and Betty, are in the back, and they're just they look like a bunch of kids, which is what Riverdale needs to be, and what it looks like it is, which is great. Oh, and Josie, Cheryl, and Veronica in the cheerleading uniforms, which is another sign that we're finally getting back to the high school aspects of Riverdale, which a lot of people wanted last season, and I understand. I think a break from the high school stuff was nice last season, especially in the first half, but the second half did start to wear thin, and we did see that some of it just was all too much too quick. They're doing a little pullback this season, which is very good. Oh, Archie walking down the jail hall. Still haven't seen no Hal Cooper or nothing. I really need that Archie Hal Cooper, enemies in jail storyline. I just do. Hopefully it's there. You get a little shot of Tony, which is Vanessa Morgan's regular this season, so she's gonna be in there a lot. but she's not the only one. So hang on. Kevin and Moose. Uh, I don't know how healthy of a relationship that's gonna be. Especially since they got together right when Midge died, right? So, I know a lot of people are holding out hope for that, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see how long it lasts. You get this little mini clip of Jughead kind of, what is it, like, getting shocked, Another sign that he's on the detective path instead of the gangster path, which is really, really, it just, it makes me feel so much better about Jughead going into the next season. And I'm really excited for that. Oh, and then you get Archie getting swung on with a nightstick, which, great, it's probably, I don't know, Hiram could probably pay off the guards or something. Obviously, Archie's going to go through this giant storyline. It looks like Fred Andrews in the next shot is I'm going to be, completely honest here. The most excited I am for season 3 right now is the Archie in jail storyline. I just am. Everything else looks great. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really curious to see. I feel more attached and more relatable to Archie's, kind of, his fist flying head first, run through life than, methodically. I just don't think we get characters anymore that, just go head first into things. Unlike, we always get these, thinkers, the methodically plotted out characters that try to win everything, like, that play chess, not checkers, with every storyline. I don't really think we need that in every teen drama, which is what I really liked. It's what I liked about old teen dramas, like, Smallville, or, I mean, Smallville was a little bit of both, but, One Tree Hill, where the teen characters weren't 10 steps ahead of everything, or had to be 5 steps ahead to make the next move. I liked how they're, just kind of in the teenage mindset, where they get hit with life, they don't try to jump out in front of it all the time. This is what I really like and attach myself to about Archie, and I think it's really great. So like I said, the jail storyline for him is my most anticipated part for the next season. But the next shot is Fred Andrews being held back by Archie, which I assume is because they just got out of the first hearing or anything like that. And Fred sees Hiram in the courtroom or something. He's probably willing to attack him, which I have no doubt about. Fred Andrews is a dick. It looks like Jughead's behind them holding him back too, which is cool. And then you get these little flipping through the pages of look like a bunch of cult markings. You definitely see some weird shit in this book, and it's really culty, which I'm also excited for. Probably my second most excited thing now is the cult stuff. It's supposed to be scary and it's supposed to be horror, not horror, like kind of like psychological horror, right? Is that what they said? It's supposed to be. No matter what, it looks good. It looks like Betty's like kind of fainting in the next shot, which is weird. And she sees like this figure, the like very, Blair Witch, the ritual from that Netflix movie type of look here with this monster slash anything they create. It's obviously not real. It's obviously a hallucination since they show that shot of her falling, but it looks really, really good. From a like a horror standpoint, really scary. If you're under the age of like 17. This would probably scare the shit out of you. Like, not, like, make you wet your bed scared, but, like, obviously, like, make your heart jump out of your chest scared, which is what Riverdale, I'm glad it's good at that. I think it's really good. I think we're jumping into a whole new genre again, and it's really going to help, and I think this is proof, which I love. Oh, the baby shot again, and I'm not even going to talk about the baby shot because I've already talked about it. Archie throwing something like, was that water or something at the? He's throwing water or something at like the jail door. He is he's in jail. I don't know how many people thought he was gonna get out. I know he gets out on like bail or something probably in the premiere. Where they have like one last summer day together, and then after that he's definitely gonna be locked up for 3 to 4. I mean, I hope it's 3 to 4 episodes. I hate how shows that are in the same vein as Riverdale, these teen serials, they jump through storylines within like 3 episodes tops. I don't really like that. I'd rather them dig into it, at least 3 or 4 episodes. Hopefully, I think 6 would be like probably too much, but five. I think 4 or 5 is a good number. Uh, I really don't feel like him being in jail for like 2 episodes. That's just it's not worth it, and it definitely damages the cliffhanger from last season. So, plus I want to see what the jail culture is like in Riverdale. Is it cartoony? Is it comic booky? Or is it more real and brutal? We'll see. Oh, and then the last shot is a shot of Jughead in this. It looks like a ritual type thing. It's the cult, obviously. People are down. Jughead is there. Obviously, he's like detected, done his detective thing, and found this like pile of bodies or whatever, and he's yelling for help, even though he's in a field. It's very horror-y slash uh, culty horror stuff. Yeah, and we got the new title card kind of for Riverdale this season, where it's like just just the red letters this time. For anyone, it's a nice touch for anyone that's been watching since the beginning. The promo title cards had Riverdale in like these blue watery letters, or no, was it like a greenish? It was like the greenish blue, turquoise kind of letters, kind of, right, with a little bit of blue in them. I don't know. It looked really cool in the first season and the second season. Last season was the blue letters on like the Pop Diners rating glass, with the being rain on the glass. This season it's just red letters in the what looks like the ooh, you know what it looks like, the top of looks like a fog with maybe a fire at the bottom, with the red letters. It looks really good, and it really contrasts to what we're doing this season, which is they're always flipping the script, and I love it, and I think this looks really good. For anyone who doesn't know, the promo is called the Middle of the Night promo, which they're always giving out like slight hints as to what's going on. Middle of the Night is obviously referring to the cult stuff. I think, to summarize my thoughts on this little mini promo and stuff, it looks really good. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my favorite part of the trailer is... Hang on. Where is that shit at? My favorite part of the trailer, I don't think I talked about it on purpose. Oh, is the shot of Archie with a serpent tattoo. It looks like he's talking to FP or Fred, but dude, what? Like, I imagine he got the tattoo just to have the cover in prison. Because, one, it makes perfect sense, and it's actually a great way to, use the serpents in a storyline, especially since Archie just saved all of them, technically, in the season finale. So, it's really good to see him. I don't want to see Archie be a full-blown serpent right now. Like I said, it's kind of the same issue I had with Jughead being a full-blown serpent so soon. I don't really need Archie to be one either. But him getting the tattoo and him being part of the system there, the under the protection slash part of their kind of this little war that's going to be inside that prison probably is very interesting and very cool to see. It's gonna be really cool to see some serpent stuff without the Joneses, to see what it's like when you don't have that serpent royalty going on there, because that's how everybody whether you want to admit it or not, everybody was trepidatious around, or with Jughead because of his father. So Archie won't have that same leeway. We'll see how he's treated with any jailed serpents or anybody else in the prison. But I think that was my biggest takeaway from the promo here. The season 3 trailer was the serpent tattoo on Archie. I think it's really going to be. I think once again, Archie's the leading guy, so I see like it's probably going to be his season again, in the sense of like this whole jail storyline is going to come around to be the big focal point later on. Plus, the second Black Hood is still out there, tons of other stuff. I think this Cole storyline will actually only be the first half of the season, sort of like the Black Hood last season, but I don't think it'll come back to get us in the end. I really don't. I don't think they're going to pull that crap they did last season where, they have a bunch of one-off episodes of a bunch of storylines and then bring them all back in, the penultimate episode and the season finale. I don't think they'll do that. I think they learned it wasn't really a mistake, but I think they learned the shortcoming of it last season and the lasting effect it didn't have throughout, the entire second half of the season. So we'll see how they plan that out. But that is everything from the new Riverdale season 3 trailer. Like I said, there was tons of stuff to break down. The biggest, in my opinion, was the Archie and them stuff, and it looks phenomenal. But in case you're new here, subscribe, like the video, obviously. It's TAE Media. I'm gonna be out. To keep you guys updated, I'm gonna be uploading again soon. I won't be gone, forever or anything. I'm not leaving. Like I said, I'm mostly preparing, getting a time schedule in order and stuff. Because for anybody that doesn't know, the TV season is pretty much gonna start full throttle within less than a month, or a little bit over a month. And I want to be ready for when that season comes, so I don't have to take no breaks, so I don't have to wait a whole week or nothing like that, or pick one day to do all my videos. I want to get, I'm probably going to be doing a video a day when the, TV schedule starts, especially the CW TV schedule. So we'll see how that works out, but I'm trying to, get some prep time in for all that. Other stuff is coming. Other stuff is going to work out. Riverdale season 3. Any more news and stuff, I'm gonna post that up on here though for sure. Like I said, Riverdale's probably the most invested show I'm in right now going into the new season. That and Legacies. So we'll see how that is. At least on the CW. Other stuff will come as it comes. But like I said, it's TA Media. I'll be back with another one shortly. I'm out. Peace.